just a memory. 'Cause I don't wanna be just a memory on the screen. Oh, I am waking up from a dream, yeah. Baby, come back to me. Baby, come back to me. I said, why? I don't wanna be just a memory on the screen.
Don't take your yoga too seriously. There's enough stress in life. This is a fun place. That's why we call this our Fun Fridays. That's why we say this is Yoga Plus fun. I'm glad you're here. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is Piper, and that's Bonnie back there. We'll see how long they stay. But Yoga Plus, what does that mean? We do our yoga. We are going to incorporate some barre. We're going to incorporate some Pilates, and we're going to incorporate some hand weights. So just lots of stuff to shake it up to make our Friday fun in our Yoga Plus. Maybe you got a hula hoop too, right, Tammy? That's another topic of discussion. It's a 1 hour long practice. If you stick around for just 10 minutes, that's fine. It's a quick practice today, really quick. So if you're doing a pose and you don't really like it, you're out of it before you even realize you've come into it. So do what you can. As the bottom of our screen says, do what you can, and do what's right for your body. If something isn't right, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Skip it. What's the purpose in doing something that doesn't feel right? Take it to a lesser percentage. Don't do it at all. You know what you need. Every day our practices are different. So come check us out and find what works for you. Make the yoga work for you. So a word to think about today is focus. The word focus means a central point of attraction, attention, or activity. Let you be the focus of attention today. All right? Okay. So we're going to do some fun things today. Liz suggested a few things. She suggested the neck cradle. So if you've got your strap, you might want to make that nice and big. She also wants to do wild thing. So that is, there you go. Maurice Sendak, right? Do wild thing. Just kind of fun. Do what you can. Do what you like. Here there are props. Use them to make your practice more accessible to you. Okay, there's Piper. Just move the camera. All right, 2 yoga blocks. You're going to want to have those. If you don't have them, that's all right. You can do this without any props, but the props make it more fun. Toys are always fun. All right, a squishy ball. This is called a bender ball or a therapy ball. You know, it's real squishable. Make it squishable because you want it to be unstable. Hand weights, going to use those. If you don't have them, you don't need them. Maybe you could grab 2 cans from your pantry or 2 water bottles just to have a little resistance. Have some water handy. The big strap, like I mentioned, make a nice big circle in it for our neck cradle toward the end of the practice. A resistance band, if you got it, oh my gosh, all this stuff. If you don't have the resistance band, it's okay. Keep it nice and long if you got it. A towel, an eye shade, and let's start. All right, so you got all that stuff. Let's start by coming up into a standing position. Grab your one prop. Grab your ball if you got it. Lock a stress number into your mind. Take the ball, put it up between your thighs. Give it a nice squeeze. This keeps your knees, your hips, your ankles in alignment. Nice tight squeeze. Engage your core. Stay strong here. Stress number, what is it? Lock it in your head. Remember it because we're going to work on bringing it down. Focus on you and only you as you come up onto your toes and down onto your feet. Lift and lower in the feet. Find your foundation. Takes a little bit, but just get strong, knowing that you are strong. Hands can be on your hips. Maybe a chair is right here. Lift and lower. Come up high into the toes, as high as you like. Spread your toes wide. Get the blood flowing in the body. That's the objective of our little warm up, and to just be aware of your strong foundation. Come down onto your heels, lift your toes up, and give them a wiggle. Add in the arms. Plant your feet, lift your arms high up to the sky, interlace your fingers, palms go high to the sky. Bend in your elbow maybe, try it. And then sway from side to side in your palm tree. Breathe. Chin away from your chest, just sideways motion of your spine. Come back up to center. Lengthen up through your hands. You can release them if you want. Lift up through the palms, hinge forward. And just let the arms hang. Gaze back to that ball between your legs. Gaze up to your navel. Breathe. Shake your neck. Let it go. Little bend in your knees might feel good. On your inhale, sweep on up. Arms lift high to the sky, then bend the elbows. Bring them behind your low back. Squeeze your elbows toward your spine. Lift your chest up to the sky. Feel refreshed. That's what your yoga should be for you. Shouldn't be a chore. It should be refreshing. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, or take it higher as you push your hips forward and take a little back bend. Imagine your chest going up to the sky more so than the back bend going back, back, back. When you're ready, come back up to standing, shoulders over your hips. Put a bend in your knees and start to do some arm circles and knee bends. Kind of almost coming into a squat. Arm circles as big as you like. Knee bend as big, knees, plural, bend as much as feels right for you. Just wake them up. Get the joints moving. Circle the arms in the opposite direction. Finish up. Come on up to standing. Arms down by your sides. Take your big coat swing. Sway from side to side. Squeeze the ball. You're nice and stable from the navel on down. Gaze over one shoulder, then the other. Arms are heavy. Shoulders away from your ears. Slow it on down. Come back to center. Hands on the hips. Hula your hips. Just move them around in one direction, then take them in the other direction. Breathe. Find mobility there. Finish up, come back to stillness. Let's do ragdoll pose. You can keep the ball there, you can remove it, it's up to you. Hinge forward, hands to opposite elbow creases. Gaze down to your toes, to your ankles, to your knees, or back up toward that ball. Let your back decompress, let the crown of your head hang heavy, and just shake your neck a little bit, and then bring one elbow back toward one knee, then the other elbow back toward the other knee as you sway in your ragdoll pose. Oh my goodness, stress, let it go, let it go, let it go. And when you're ready, remove the ball, press on down, come on down to your knees. Let's do child's pose. Have the ball handy, we're going to come back to that, and your band handy as well. All right, in a child's pose, you can have your knees together, big toes touching, hips back to your heels. Arms down by your sides. Oh, thank goodness. Palms reaching toward the bottom of your mat. Forehead can come down to a block or to your mat. And breathe. Options, you know this one. Knees can be spread wide. Arms reach to the top of your mat. Chest, forehead come down to a block or no block at all. Maybe all the way down to your mat. Big breaths in and out. Sigh it out, let it go. Soften in the jaws. Just be happy that you're here on your mat, taking time to focus on the one and only you. Let it go and realize you can come back to this anytime you want. Maybe you'd like to close your lips and breathe just in and out of your nose. Big breath in. Big breath out. Child's pose. Let's come out of it. Slide your hands so that your shoulders are right over your wrists and you come into a neutral tabletop position. And when you're ready, let's do some cat-cow. Tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone under, arch your back up to the sky, curving your spine like the letter C. As you exhale, let your belly come down as the crown of your head and your tailbone lift. Push hard into the earth and do a few cat-cows, moving the spine to what feels good for you. Maybe you really tuck that tailbone under. Press hard into the earth and arch your back up to the sky. Maybe less so, but just find little movement here. Finish up, come into a neutral tabletop position. Flip your hands so your fingers are back towards your knees, and let's stretch out our forearms. Wiggle your hips, backward, forward, whatever feels good to get that nice stretch in the front of your forearm. Maybe the fingers, you bring the weight into the fingers and lift it out of the palm. Maybe that feels good, or not. Little movements are good. Just breathe. And let's finish here. Bring your hands back to a natural position and just kind of wiggle your wrists a little bit and come back to a neutral tabletop. Let's lift our right leg up. Lift your right leg up and kind of kick yourself in the bottom with your right leg. Let's do cat pulling its tail. So you're pushing into the earth. Your right hip and left hip are aligned equally, and you can just kind of kick yourself in the bottom here. If you want to do pulling the tail, lift your left arm up. This is a balancing position of the cross body, the hand and the opposite knee on the ground. Reach your left arm around, capture your right foot, press hard into the earth, maybe look to the left of your room, maybe look over your left shoulder. Finish, plant the knee, plant the hand. Let's do it on the other side. Lift your left leg up, kind of give yourself a kick in the bottom, and maybe that is exactly where you stay. It's good. Take your right hand, maybe reach around and capture your left foot. Press into your mat, dial your left hip down, kick into your hand, feel the opening up in your shoulder, and look over your right shoulder if that feels good. Breathe. And then finish. Bring the knee down, bring the hand down. Let's do one round of cat-cow by itself. Chin to your chest, tailbone under. Cow pose, crown of the head and tailbone lift. Find your resistance band if you want to use it. Take the center of the resistance band and put it around your right heel. Take the two pieces of the band and bring them up between your legs. Hold on to the band with your left hand. All right, so we're going to do bird dog here. No band, totally fine. Let's start by lifting the left foot. Bring the knee up to about hip height and then extend the leg long. Dial your right hip down and hold it here. You can hold it here. This is hard with the resistance band. Maybe you'd like to add in this left arm that's holding the band, the opposite arm, and reach it long. Hold it here, stay strong. And when you're ready, hand comes down, knee comes down, other side. Take your band, put the center of the band underneath your left foot, right at about the center of the foot. Bring the band between the legs. Hold the bands, the edges of the band, in your right hand. Come back to your neutral tabletop. Then maybe lift your left leg up and extend the left leg long. Dial the left hip down and then reach through your right arm. Hold it here. Nice and strong, static stretch. Drive through the heel. Pull the band more forward. Lengthen through your spine. A little resistance. Bring the band down, bring the knee down, the hand down, and remove the band for now. Let's go into a toes pose. Let's try to take it today without the block. Unless you really want to use the block, we're just going to flow through it. So tuck your toes to your shins, have a seat back on your heels, hands on your thighs. Take it to what feels good for you as you stretch out the foundation, your feet. When you're ready, put the tops of your feet on your mat. Maybe you want to use the blocks to walk your hands back and balance on the tops of your feet. Couple breaths here. Maybe you've got the blocks for balance. Maybe no blocks at all. Maybe you're working on finding your balance here, and bring your hands to prayer center. Come back, knees come down, tuck your toes under. Come back to your toes pose, stretch it out. Maybe you can take it really far here because you know you're not staying that long. Breathe. Take it back to your ankle stretch. Tops of the feet on the mat. Come back onto the tops of your feet. Knees lift. Hands maybe at prayer center. Or maybe you got them down on the ground. And just see how far you can take it where you don't hurt. You don't want to hurt. Maybe it's uncomfortable, but just don't hurt. One more time, toes tuck under, come into your toes pose, maybe hands at prayer center. Hi, Tammy, how are you? I heard what you wanted to do, and we're going to work on the core today. Liz, too, how are you? We're going to work on what you asked for. Betty, Lynn, Stan, Linda, Karen, Margaret, Kelly, Tina, it's good to see you guys. All right, out of the toes pose, back to the ankle pose. Maybe try it without the blocks. See how you do. You're strong. You got it. Let's finish here. Come back to a neutral tabletop. Let's do a position called fire hydrant. So let's take our band. Let's tie the band around the middle of your thighs. Tie it in like a little bow. So you can get the knot out in a little bit. All right, so tie it into a bow. Come to a neutral tabletop and start to lift your right leg to the side of the room. And the resistance bands have lots of different colors, equal different degrees of resistance. Maybe you buy some more colors to add to the pretty rainbow of your resistance bands. So you're lifting and lowering the leg to the right side of the room, getting into that hip mobility. Draw your toes more toward your shin, lift and breathe. Maybe lift the knee up nice and high, ankle higher than the knee, and pulse it up here. Let's finish. Let's bring the knee down. The right knee comes down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So start off on your neutral tabletop. Take a breath or two. Draw your toes towards your shin on the left foot, and then start to lift your leg to the side of the room. It doesn't have to go very high. You decide what feels best for you today, and every day is different. Maybe last week you lifted it really high. Maybe today, not so high. You decide. Let's lift it up nice and high, and then pulse it. Pulse it up to the sky. Breathe. When you're ready, let's plant the left knee next to the right. Let's go into donkey kicks. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is slip the band behind your right heel. Then place the other part of the band underneath your left knee to anchor it. And when you're ready, donkey kicks. Send your foot back, drive through your right heel to the back of the room. Draw it in, drawing the knee kind of towards your chest and then out. In and out, however many times you like as you breathe through your donkey kick. Know that you're strengthening those big muscles in your glutes, protecting your hips, protecting your whole body. You're stable in the feet. The big muscles in the glutes and legs are getting stronger. Let's finish up. Extend the heel long. Bend the foot so the sole of the foot is up toward the sky. Press into your hands. Pulse the foot up to the sky. Breathe. You can do this with no band. Maybe you prefer to do this with the ball behind your knee. That works too. And let's finish. Right knee meets left. Let's switch it out. All right, so now bring the band that was under the left foot, bring it behind the right foot, anchor it there, and then anchor it under your right knee. So knee stays down, band is anchored. Let's lift it up and lift it out, the left leg. Drive through your heel, hold it here. Maybe you'll just hold it here. Imagine driving through that left heel. Maybe put a little bend in your leg and then kick it out again through the left heel. You take however many donkey kicks feel good for you today. Resistance band certainly does add to the challenge. Breathe. Let's send the leg long. Then let's bend the knee, bringing the sole of the foot up to the sky. Little teeny pulses of the foot, up, up, up to the sky. Dial your left hip down, breathe, press into your arms, they're strong. And when you're ready, let's keep pulsing, how's that? Breathe. And then let's finish up. Knee meets knee on the mat. Remove your resistance band. Take a brief wide-legged child's pose. Spread your knees wide, hips go back towards your heels. Feels really good. We've earned it after that, haven't we? Reach your arms long to the top of your mat. Breathe. Let it go. Sink your chest down. Reach your fingers farther to the top of the mat. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's press on up and find your ball. All right, so we're gonna do a plank. We've been doing planks for several months, and we've all been building up a longer period of time to hold them. So try to hold it as long as you want to. And when you do that, I'm gonna time it, and I'll let you know how long you're holding. So just kind of little measurement hacks for you to just know how long you're holding it. So maybe place the ball between your thighs, come into whatever variation of plank you like. Maybe you spread your knees a little bit, come down onto the forearms, and hold right here. Maybe you come and send the legs long and stay on your forearms for a dolphin plank. Maybe you come into a high plank. That's what I'm gonna do. Get set up however you like, and let's go. All right, timer has started. If you're in a high plank, fingers are spread wide, shoulders are over your wrists. We're almost 10 seconds in. You got this. Take little breaks when you want them. You can drop to your knees. You can go back to a down dog if you want. We're 20 seconds in. You got it. Hold here. Stay strong. Maybe a 10-second plank is what you took, and the other 50 seconds, you run to get a glass of water. Totally good. We're halfway through a minute. 30 seconds. Hold here. Remember to take advantage of your breaks if you want them. Press into the earth. Hold that ball. Give it a good squeeze. 20 seconds left. That's it. Keep your core engaged. Lengthen through your head. Lengthen through your heels. Only 10 more seconds to be a minute. You can do it. Hold on. And now you've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 second, and we're done. Come down to your knees. Remove the ball. How did you do? Grab a drink if you like. Planks, you know the advantages of them. And drink some water. It is so dry here in Colorado. 1 to 2% humidity. Wildfires, it's not good. So drink your water, everybody. All right, Tammy, you wanted core. Let's do more core. All right, so take the ball, place it behind your low back. Let's start with our knees bent to the sides of the room, soles of your feet touching. Come to recline a little bit here. Hold right here. Maybe you keep your hands at prayer center and do little pulses. Knees open wide. Maybe the heels come up closer to your groin. Little lifts and little lowers on the ball. If you don't have the ball, you could come to fully reclined on your back. Bring your hands to your temples and little lifts and lowers here. You decide how you want to take it as you strengthen your core. All right, maybe arms reach long, palms facing each other as if you got a little gift in your hand and you're reaching to give it to someone at the end of your mat. Little lifts, little lowers. You decide how you want to do this. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Bring your knees together to touch. Maybe keep pulsing through the hands. Maybe extend one leg, maybe extend the other and hold. Arms come up, nice little static boat pose. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Hands to prayer center, elbows touch knees, reach. Elbows touch knees, and then reach back to your boat pose. Breathe. In and out of the mouth, maybe, to let some heat go. And let's finish. You're still on this ball, roll on up. Whew, how are you doing? Take your ball, let's do hundreds. That's a move borrowed from Pilates. All right, so with the ball, if you want, you can bring it down to the edge of your mat. Come on back to fully reclined. Now with the ball, you can give it a squeeze and stay right here, long in the legs. Another option for the legs would be to lift them, holding on to the ball. You could lift the legs without the ball, or have the ball rest under your heels, just to get that sensation for lifted legs. Arms down by your sides, big breath out, shoulders rest. Reach your fingers longer toward your toes. Peel your shoulders up to whatever height you like and start to pat the ground. Pat the ground. The idea is to do it 100 times. You do it however many times is right for you. Maybe you bring the feet down and are just doing the arms, or maybe you hold the ball between your ankles and give it a good squeeze. Hold, stay stable, stay strong as you do your variation of your hundreds. Breathe, breathe, breathe. How are you doing? It is a challenge. If it weren't a challenge, it wouldn't change you, right? Maybe you'd like to adjust the height of your feet a little bit. Higher, lower, breathe. Work that core. Good idea, Tammy. Thanks for suggesting it. When you're ready, let's come on down. Stretch it out. Arms reach high, toes point low. Let's press on up to a seated position. Find this ball. Let's do another plank. All right, here's the plank we're gonna do now. Take your ball, if you want, and place it underneath the tops of your feet. Maybe you stay on your knees. Maybe the arms come forward. And when you're ready, hinge more weight into your arms. Maybe you stay right here. Let's start in our plank. I'm gonna press on up and balance on the ball. You do what's right for you. Keep your shoulders over your wrists. Balance in your plank. The ball creates an unstable surface. Didn't have to tell you that. You're 10 seconds in. Breathe here, hold here, you got it. Stay strong, find your balance. Little teeny micro challenges in the feet, isn't it? But find your balance. You're over 20 seconds in. It's a third of the way. You got it. But you do as long as is right for you. Core is strong and engaged. You're 30 seconds in. Take your breaks if you want. Knees can come down. Breathe. You got it. 40 seconds in, 20 to go. We can do anything for 20 seconds. Re-engage. Bring on that strength. Hold here. Breathe through the crown of your head. Stay strong. 10 seconds to go. Come on. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Bring your knees down. Stretch it out. Extended child's pose. Knees wide, arms reach. Breathe. Big breath in. Big breath out. What do you think? 2 different 1-minute sets of plank today so far. All right, grab your water. Planks make you stronger, and we all want to be stronger. Not only strong like, muscle strong, but stronger for endurance. Find your 2 blocks and let's do some lunges. And we're gonna do half standing splits. How fun is that? All right, drink. All right, let's go. We're gonna do the lunges, then we're gonna come into the weights. All right, bring your 2 blocks to your mat at the high height. Come to standing on your knees. Right foot comes forward. Knee over ankle. Left leg long. Hold on to your blocks. Send your left leg long. Maybe slip the towel under your knee if that feels good. Let's surf it out here. Let the knee come forward of the ankle. Totally fine. Big stretch in your left leg. Surf it out. Straighten the right leg. Maybe use the blocks to walk it back. Right toes up to the sky. Your bottom comes back toward your heel. Doesn't have to sit on it. Just find the range of motion that works for you. Bring it forward. Let that knee come forward. Maybe you can hold on to your blocks, or you want to use that strong core. It is strong. Maybe you have your hands at prayer center and surf it out here. Sending the hips back to the left heel. Right foot lifts. Breathe. With your strong core, lift. Come back to your starting position. All right, now reintroduce the blocks. Send the weight into your right foot and into your hands as you tuck your back left toes. Straighten the right leg. Come on up to standing and send the left leg high. Send it high. Look back to your knees. Adjust your blocks so you're comfortable. Look back to your knee. Send the left leg high. Push into the blocks. Straighten through your back. Maybe bend and your knee, nose towards your knee. Bring the left leg down. Come back to your kneeling position. The starting kneeling position with both knees together. Left leg comes forward. Blocks are here. Send the right leg long, long and straight, long and straight. Feel the length in your right hip. Maybe hold here. Maybe send the left knee forward of the ankle. Totally fine in this position to do that. And start to surf it out. Left leg straightens. Use the blocks. Bring your bottom back toward your heel. And then surf it out some more. Breathe. Breathe. Walk it on back. Bring your heel, your bottom back to whatever feels right, with or without the blocks. Maybe hands to prayer center. Find your strength in your core. You've got it. We've got to have a strong core. Everybody needs a strong core for your balance. All right, let's finish up. Come back with your blocks to the blocks by the side of your left foot. Let's press the weight into the left foot and into the hands. Tuck your back right toes. Send your right back leg high up to the sky. Adjust your blocks so it feels right. Press into the blocks. Bring your head towards your knee while your right leg lifts. Breathe. Push into the blocks, straighten your back, lift the leg a little higher. Then maybe try to bring your nose more toward your knee. Finish up, right foot meets left. Find your weights. If you don't have the weights, no big deal. You can, I'm gonna grab a drink. You can have water bottles. You can have nothing at all. You can use your blocks. The idea is to just create a little bit of resistance. Said it was dry in Colorado. It is super dry. All right, hold on to your weights. Bring them to your shoulders. Now you could, you know what, let's grab the ball too. You can bring it between your thighs. Just gives your low body something to do. Squeeze the ball. Weights to your shoulders, then lift. Lift and lower the weights. Nice and high, up to the sky and back to your shoulders. You still got that ball. Nice tight squeeze there. Now, you can alternate arms if you want, if that feels better, or both arms at once. Want to challenge your balance a little bit? Who doesn't, right? Maybe come up onto your toes when the arms go up, then back down on your heels. Lift and lower. You know, you could be doing one weight at a time with a hand on a chair. Lots of ways to skin a cat, right? All right, lift and lower to what feels right for you. Strong arms, you got it. Breathe. And then plant your feet when you're ready. Let's tee out our arms. Tee out your arms, then bend your elbows and bring the weights to your shoulders. Tee them out and back to the shoulders. Same thing here. Maybe one arm extends while the other takes a little break at the shoulder. Maybe look to one side or the other as you work your neck in too. Build those nice strong biceps. Breathe. Chest is lifted. Gaze is forward. Strengthening your upper back. Breathe. Let's finish here by bringing the weights to your shoulders. Drive your elbows toward the back of the room. Lift your weights off of your shoulders, bringing your forearms parallel to the sides of your room. So your arms are like a cactus or a goalpost. Pulse them back toward the back of the room, and then bring the elbows to meet in front of your nose, and then back and pulse, pulse, pulse. Bring them back, elbows meet, and open them up. Breathe. Breathe, most important part. Open them up, cactus the arms, elbows meet, and bring them back. Breathe. Ooh, feels good, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Say it feels good. Don't say it's hard. Say it feels good. All right, when you're ready, arms down by your sides. Let your shoulders relax. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Tee out your arms again. Tee them out and pulse with the palms face down. Little teeny pulses. Down, down, down. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Flip your palms, little teeny pulses up, up, up. Oh my goodness. Let's bring the arms down by your sides. Let's go into a drinking bird pose with these weights. All right, so to begin, put a little bend in your knees. Little bend in your knees. Hinge forward a little bit, but keep your back nice and straight. Weights are down by your side. Kind of pull your shoulders back a little bit and hold right here. To do your drinking bird pose, begin by pulsing the weights toward the back of the room. The edge of the weight is pulsing towards your back wall. Your chest is lifted, your gaze is forward. Put a smile on your face because you can. When you're ready, send the weights really far to the back wall, then pulse them in, in, in. Maybe you'd like to come up onto your toes. The ball is there for stability, or you can ditch it if you want. Maybe sink a little lower and hold here. As you're pulsing the weights in, maybe pulse in the legs a little bit, up and down. Or maybe start to squeeze the ball in while you're squeezing the weights towards your low back. You decide what you like. Maybe sink a little lower, maybe come back down to your feet. Breathe and finish. Come on up to standing. Weights are down by your sides. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Lift the weights up overhead. Put a bend in your elbows. Bring the weights together and bring the weights down your back. Ooh, feels good in your triceps, doesn't it? All right, so the weights are back by your neck. Elbows hugged in toward your ears. Lift and lower the weights overhead. Maybe you ditch one weight. How does that feel? Let that weight come down your back. Elbows squeezed in and then lift. Breathe. Now the dogs are still and quiet. That's good. All right. How are your triceps feeling? All right. Bring your arms down by your sides. Take a break here for a minute. Little opposite body movement. Think of how when we do bird dog, we lift up one leg, then the opposite arm. Same thing here. We're going to march with the legs and lift the opposite arm of the leg that's lifted. So let's start by lifting our right leg up. We've got to get rid of the ball first, don't we? Lift the right leg up and lift your left arm up. Weight comes to your shoulder, leg comes down. Other weight in the right hand lifts and the left leg lifts. Bring the weights back to the shoulders as you begin to lift each opposite arm and each opposite knee. So march through this. A little bit of brain yoga, right? That's good. Breathe. Lift the knee nice and high. We've been doing our one-legged mountain, so you can get that knee up to about hip height, right? And you're getting the added little benefit of the arms here too. And then let's finish. Weights down by your sides. Close your eyes. Big breath in. And big breath out. Balancing. Keep the weights in your hands. Let's take a big step forward with our right foot. With the right foot forward, hinge forward. Left leg can lift a little bit. Maybe it lifts a lot. Lift it up. Kind of like how you did in your donkey kick. Bringing the knee to about hip height. Let the weights hang down by your right foot. Hold it here. Stay right here. A little bend in your right knee might feel good. Maybe challenge your balance by bringing the weights up towards your chest. Elbows bent to the sides of your mat. Finish. Let the weights hang. Let the left foot meet the right and just fold forward here for a minute. Not a minute, a moment. Gaze back towards your knees. Step your other foot back, your right foot back. Hinge forward here. Lift the right leg up. Balance in your left foot. Maybe the leg lifts higher. Start to bring the weights to your chest, elbows to the side of your room. Embrace those little micro wiggles in your feet. And we're not even standing on a ball, right? Ooh, it's the arms that are throwing us off. But you're strong in your foundation. Hold on. Finish up. Arms hang. Right foot meets left. Gaze back toward your knees. Remove your weights. Put them aside. Plant your hands on your mat. Step it back for a down dog. Now you don't want anything, obstacles, really close to your mat here. Move things farther away because we're going to do wild thing if you want. All right, so in your down dog, heels are slightly lifted. Feet are hip width distance apart. Look up to your hands. They're shoulder width distance apart. Press your weight into your hands. Start to pedal your feet. Breathe. Wild thing. Really kind of fun. Try it if you want. Let's start by stilling the heels. Send your right leg high. Kick it around a little bit. Move your hip. You did donkey kick. You did fire hydrant. There's mobility in your hip. Now you're comfortable balancing here in this three-legged down dog. Let's take the right leg, lift it up, sending the right hip over the left, kind of like we did in sugarcane. And then that right foot, bring it down closer to the earth. Maybe set it down on the earth. Press into your left arm. Bring your chest up to the sky. Right arm lifts. There's your wild thing. I hope you have fun with it. Breathe. When you're ready, come back to your down dog. Right hand plants, left leg plants. Pedal it out and breathe. You know, take it in little layers. Maybe it's not right for you today. Maybe you take it to right where you are now. And that's good. Perhaps lift the left leg up, shake it around, move it around. Move it around, marvel at that. As you're ready, let that left leg, left hip go over the right hip. Let the foot come closer to the earth. Press into the earth. Right arm is your foundation. Foot comes down, maybe to the earth. Send your left arm up to the sky. Press into your right arm. Wild thing, you flipped your dog. Hand back, come back to your down dog. Pedal it out. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. Grab your calves, fold forward and fold your body in half like a paperclip. Inhale, arms sweep up. There's a wild thing. Kind of fun. I hope you liked it. If you did it, good on you. If you didn't, just play with it. Have fun with it. Like we do when we do crow, or another challenging pose is even against the wall when we do sugarcane. All right, tree pose, hands to prayer center, lengthen up to the crown of your head. If you want to challenge yourself today, you can use a block and you can stand on that block at its stable height. Or maybe feet on the floor is what you want and a chair nearby. Do what you can, challenge yourself where you want to, and just believe in you. All right, Lift the left leg up, maybe you balance right here. Perhaps you bring the sole of the foot to either inside the calf or high up onto the thigh. Just don't put the foot onto the knee. Let the knee of the left leg go to the back of the room. Hands to purse center, lengthen up. You're strong and solid in your strong right leg, in your strong ankle, in your strong core. Look up to where the earth, or not where the earth, where the sky and the sky is, where the ceiling and the wall meet. Grow your branches if you like and sway them to challenge yourself. When you're ready, hands back to purse center, guide the left knee to the front of the room. Plant the feet next to each other on the block or not, it's up to you. I'm going to put my left foot on the block now, pressing into the left foot. Good thing about the blocks, they're a little squishy but strong, so your foot kind of melts into them a little bit. Maybe you stay right here. This is pretty fun. It's Fun Friday. This is kind of fun, standing on the block. Hands to purse center, maybe the weight out of the right leg. Place the sole of the right foot wherever you like. Maybe you kickstand it. Bring it up higher or higher still up into the thigh. Drive the outside of the knee away. Hold on to your balance. Sway your branches. If you fall out, no big deal. Get right back in. And every tree looks different, right? Grow your branches. Grow your branches. Gaze up. Breathe. Be happy. Put a smile on your face. It's fun. Have some fun. We don't have enough fun. Bring your knee around to the front of the room. Bring your hands to purse center. Right foot meets left. We are done with that portion of our balancing. Let's find your ball again. You don't have to have the ball. Let's do some bar stuff here. All right, if you have a chair, you can hold on to the edge of the chair. Place the ball up between your thighs. When you're ready, put a bend in your knees. You can keep the soles of your feet down. You can have your hands on your hips. Start to squeeze that ball in. Maybe come up onto your toes. Hold here, stay strong, chest is lifted. Squeeze the ball in. Hands, where do you want them to be? Maybe reach like you do in chair pose, parallel arms, maybe that feels right. Maybe you want to keep them on the hips or one hand on the chair, either in front of you, to the side, whatever. Maybe you're high on the heels or high on your toes, maybe not. It's all good. Little teeny pulses of the ball in. Now, sink your bottom a little bit lower, maybe come higher on your toes, and let's pulse the ball down. Down and up and down. Chair here for balance or here. It's all good. Little teeny pulses. Nice, strong legs you have. Breathe. Little movements, not a whole lot. Now, sink low, hold here. If you're up on your toes, start to pedal it out, bringing one heel down, and then come up high on the other set of toes. You decide, adjust, however you need to adjust to make this a fun little challenge. I really shake in this pose. Breathe, it's all good. And if you're on the chair, you know, your hands are on it, you're nice and stable, breathe. When you're ready, let's finish up. Come high back up onto your toes. Pulse it down, down, down. Take it nice and low and hold it statically here. Pulse the ball in. Thighs on fire? Oh, yes, they are. Plant your heels. All right, how did you do? Was that fun? All right, that was hard, wasn't it? But it prepares us for our next pose. Bend at your waist, place the ball down, grab your calves, fold over in half, hands to your mat, bend your knees, come on down. Down on the knees, come have a seat in a thunderbolt pose. Tops of your feet are on your mat. Stretch out your quadriceps as we prepare to go into a half pigeon. All right, for your half pigeon pose, you can have a block to slip under your bottom. From a standing on your knees position, plant your hands, so neutral tabletop. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Left leg goes long and straight on your mat. We were here earlier when we did our lunge with the blocks. Do you feel more mobility in your hips, especially after doing that wild thing, right? Move it or lose it, you know. Motion is lotion. All right, so for your half pigeon pose, you can bring your right shin a little more parallel to the top of the mat. Ooh, you feel it there. Perhaps you slip the block under your right glute. Maybe you come down to your forearms, maybe elbows to the side of the room, and you rest your head on your hands. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday or a couple days ago, we were in our pigeon and we kept our arms straight. This is working toward a king pigeon pose. To do that, maybe lengthen through your spine. Maybe, if it feels good, bend your back knee, lift out of the chest, and reach with your opposite hand, your right hand, and hold on to your foot. Breathe, kick into your foot maybe, and look to your right as your shoulders open up. Maybe that feels good. All right, let's come out of it. Whichever variation you're in, straighten your arms, tuck your back left toe, send your right leg high and kick it. Swing it around, swing the hip around, swing the leg around. Three-legged down dog, come back to a four-legged down dog, pedal it out. Still your heels, come down to your right knee, bring your left knee behind your left wrist. Right leg goes long on your mat, shin a little more parallel to the top of your mat. You could use the block behind your left glutes if that feels good. You can drop down to your block. It's up to you. Maybe arms stay straight and you find length here and you stay right here. It's all good. Perhaps you bend the back knee, reach the left arm around and capture the foot. Press into the earth, hold on to that foot, maybe draw it closer to your bottom, maybe look over your left shoulder, reach, maybe kick into the hand. You decide what feels right for you today. Just find your movement. All right, let's come on down. Release the right foot to your mat, toes tucked toward your shin. Press into your hands, left leg lifts, down dog here, shake it out. Come back to a down dog, pedal it out. Drop to your knees, come onto your right knee, send your left hip over your right knee. Let's take this side plank on our knee with a nice reach. So your right arm is your foundation, shoulder over your wrist. Left hip is rolled up over your other hip. Gaze up toward the sky, lift your arm up and hold here. Your left leg, the extended leg, maybe lift it up a little bit or a lot and hold. Maybe bend the left knee and bend the left elbow and have them touch. Then send the leg long and reach far ahead of you, in front of you. Reach, find length from your pinky left toe all the way through the fingers of your left hand. Maybe elbow to knee again. Reach. Finish up, sending the left arm high, look up, plant the left foot, other side. All right, let's switch. Come on to the other side. Left knee is your foundation. Left shoulder over left wrist, holding on nice and strong. Extend your right leg long. Right arm lifts. Breathe here, stay right here. Maybe lift the right leg up. You're looking up. Hold, breathe here. First time's always the hardest. It gets easier. Maybe bend the right elbow and the right knee and have them touch. And then reach through your left fingers to the front of your room and stretch through your leg. Do it again, maybe once or twice or not at all. Reach, bring the arm back up to the sky, lift the leg a little higher, breathe. Then finish. Bring the left knee down, bring the right hand down, stretch it out in your wide-legged child's pose. Knees wide, arms reach. Breathe. Slide onto your belly, Superman and swimmer, two other Pilates poses. Arms reach long to the top of your mat. Feet, there's a little bit of distance between them at the bottom of your mat. Forehead down on your mat. Take it in layers, however you like. Maybe begin by lifting the right leg, then the left, maybe just the right arm, maybe the left. Maybe today you want to do crossbody, lifting the right leg and the left arm and flying like half a Superman. Then take it the other way. Or lift both legs up, lift both arms up, reach, stretch, you got it. Hold here, nice strengthening of your low back. Take it to swimmer by just kicking your feet. Breathe. Maybe lift the chest a little higher. Breathe. Finish. Hands underneath your collarbones. Feet come down, press on up through straight arms. There's your seal pose for the day. Find your strap and come on to your back. All right, so on your back, let's do that neck cradle. Place the strap, which is nice and big, in a big circle under your feet. Come on back, send your legs high. Maybe you want to stay right here and just pull the feet closer to your nose. Perhaps you take the strap, which is nice and big, and place a soft part of the strap under your head. Place it at the base of your skull and just feel a nice stretch in your neck. Let your shoulders be down, arms down by your sides. Hold here. Breathe. There are variations of this. Maybe you take one, or maybe you stay right here. Let it feel good. Maybe move your head, your legs a little bit from side to side. Let it feel good. Think of keeping your shoulders down. Maybe hold on to the straps and release one leg. Bringing your legs into a big letter L shape. Maybe that feels good. Maybe you prefer that. If you give one leg time on the ground, switch it out and do the same with the other. Maybe bring both legs together back to the strap, then let the other leg go down. And you move that leg little by little. Let the neck feel good. And you can stay here as long as you want or come back to it afterward. You decide. Or do you prefer both legs up? I'm going to bring both legs back into the strap. And the other end of the strap goes to the base of your skull, so your neck is nice and free. Finish up, or stay here if you want. I'm going to grab the strap, release my head, but keep my legs in it. I'm going to release my right leg long onto the mat. Open up the left leg with that strap. I'm holding onto it with my left hand. Open it up to the left side of the room. And then bring it on up to the sky. And then let it fall to the big toe side. So I created like a little half circle over my body, keeping my left shoulder down. Leg comes up, goes down, gaze in the opposite direction of which the leg, side to which the leg is falling. Bring both legs back up, or maybe you've been staying here the whole time. It's all good. Release the other leg down to the mat. I'm going to bring my left one down. I'm going to open up my right leg to the side of the right side of the room. Bring it as far as you like. Keep your left shoulder down. Bring it on up. Let it cross the midline of the body. Let the big toe side come down and the shoulders stay down as you gaze to the right. A couple of these, however many you like. And then we're going to go into final Savasana pose. Bring both legs back up to the sky. Give them a nice little pull. And if you like, let's do this. Remember the classic bicycle pose, a Pilates bicycle pose? Let's do that, or you can go into your final Savasana. I'll do that in a second too. But you send your hips high, send your legs high, and hold it here. Maybe let one foot come overhead, maybe the other come overhead too, maybe both tops of the feet come overhead in your plow pose. Come on down, spine down to your mat, grab your eye shade, and or your towel, cover up the eyes, and come into your final Savasana pose. Had to sneak in that plow, if that is right for you. All right, heels to the edges of your mat, arms down by your sides, palms face up, wiggle your shoulders. Let it go, sigh it out, you did it. Breathe. Soften in your whole body. You did a lot of planks today. Let your belly be soft and let your glutes be soft too. Soften in the eyebrows. Soften in your shoulders. Your whole body is heavy. Arms, legs, it's all good. If you can stay longer in this pose, stay as long as you like. If it's time for you to continue on with your day, bring some motion and wiggles back into your fingertips and your toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles in all different directions. Reach high overhead, take a big good morning stretch, and reach through your fingers and your toes. Little different way of coming out this morning. Bend your right knee. Bring your arms down to the knee, interlace your fingers beneath the knee, and just squeeze the knee, hug it on in. Breathe and release the right leg. Do the same with the left. Bend your left knee, interlace your fingers and hug them under the knee. If that doesn't work, capture your thigh and just pull it in. Pull it in, squeeze it in. Breathe softness into the shoulders and the hips. Left leg goes long, stretch it out again in a big good morning stretch as if it were the first stretch of your day. Wiggle your hips and maybe even climb with the arms. One arm reaches higher to the top of your mat than the other, and feel the same thing going on in the hips. Just stretch. Finish up, arms down by your sides, the usual thing. Roll into your fetal position. Roll onto one hip or the other. Shake it up too. Maybe do one hip 1 week and then the other the next. Bring your head down to your bicep. Rest your head heavily. Soften in your top shoulder. Eyes are closed. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Find peace in your body, the only true place where peace really exists. Slowly press on up to your comfortable seated position, whatever is comfortable for you today. Bring your hands to prayer center. Press your thumbs slightly into your chest. Fingers are pointing up toward the sky. Your neck is long. The crown of your head is reaching up to the sky, and your shoulders are relaxed. Take a deep breath in and a deep, slow breath out. Gently blink your eyes open. You did it. That was a hard practice. We did a lot of planks. We did a lot for the core. I'm glad you suggested it, Tammy, and I'm glad the things you suggested, Liz. If you want to suggest some things that we can work on, or if you have any questions, join our group, Friends of 316 Yoga. It's on Facebook, and it's a private group. Ask what you want. I also post some articles. Tell your friends about our yoga. Get them to have that good feeling, too. All right, you took a stress number in the beginning. Come back to that number. What was it? But more importantly, what is it? As you go on with your day, focus on whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable. If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about those things and let everything else go. See you on your mat tomorrow. Love you guys. Peace be with you. Bye. Okay, doggies. Bonnie, why don't you come up here too? Come on, Bonnie, come. Bonnie, come. Bonnie, come. Bonnie, come. I have the most obedient dogs on the planet. Bonnie, come. Bonnie, come. Hi, Piper. Have a good day. Bye. You're a good girl. You're a good girl too. Do something nice for somebody today. And it's not because they did something nice for you. Do it without expectation. Do it because you're just a nice person. One of those nice things you could do would be to share our yoga with them. Everybody needs their yoga, that's for sure. Share our practice with them. It is free for anybody and everybody. It's on Facebook, it's on YouTube. They can do it when they want or they can come live. But share our practice with your friends. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Let's continue with our challenges this month and let's slay them. See you on your mat tomorrow.